Good morning, everyone. We have an opening song that we would love for you to join us. Do you want to tell them anything about it?
Yeah. So this is a song you'll hear me sing it through. Good morning and happy anniversary to you. We have friends here who got married here 24 years ago in this building. Very cool.
By Reverend Joan.
By Reverend Joan.
Galen and Mark Cooper.
So, good morning, everyone. It's so great to be here. Okay, so we're going to sing this song. You'll hear me sing it through once, and that'll tell you what to do. And then you'll do echoes after me. Okay? And then do they echo? Do we echo after you on this?
You do not. Then I'm going to come do a little thing.
So he's going to do a little thing. It's always good. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Rain. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. That's it. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. After me, Spirit loves me. Spirit loves me. I know that. I know that. Spirit loves me. Spirit loves me. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. Yes. When I'm down, I turn to you. When I'm down, pull me through. Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. See?
All alone, feeling broken, I don't know where to go. Got a feeling if I'm willing, Spirit's opening the door. So I'm asking, passing time while I'm crashing in a last sad gasp of confusion, and it's slow. A little knowing that won't let go. Can't ignore it, and you know I won't, 'cause it's growing in the open. No more hoping now. Spirit holds my soul says you gotta let me love you now. You are worthy of this love, so why not let me love you now? You are worthy of this love. Yeah.
I surrender. I surrender. Every little thing. I surrender. I surrender. Hear me sing. Wanna hear you sing. I wanna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Worthy. I am worthy of this love. Yes, I am worthy of this love. Yes, I am worthy of this love.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Let's give it up one more time for Reverend Z.Egloff and Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillipe. Getting us up and moving early this morning. Welcome, hi, and good morning. Sorry, I felt hot. My name is John Roselle, and as your resident gay pagan here, I accept any and all pronouns. It's all good. Today is the last day of May, which means tomorrow is the first day of June, so let me be the last to wish you a happy Pacific Islander, Hawaiian, Asian Heritage Awareness Month, and the first to wish you Happy Pride Month. It's in about 12 hours, but we don't have service tomorrow, so happy Pride, everybody. Welcome to Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we practice and teach spiritual principles that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with life. A special welcome to all of you who are joining us for the first time. We are so glad that you found us and are here in the sanctuary with us. Please raise your hand if this is your first time, and so we can bring you a welcome packet. Welcome, yay! So glad you're here. Keep your hand raised and they'll bring you a packet. Also, a big welcome to everyone who's joining us online from whatever kind of devices. Thank you for sharing your screen time with us. Let's see. Please make sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the fun things we have to offer here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. There are all sorts of events, so make sure you sign up for them so you don't miss something that you're looking forward to, and you'll be the first to find out about the new and upcoming ones. Here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, we also respectfully and acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather and worship on the traditional land of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people and ancestors who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Now, let's take a moment to bless our children. Wherever they are, we bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you, we see you, we know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. The Women's Spiritual Empowerment Group's final gathering for this series will be today at 12:45. Please join them. Join us for our virtual Wednesday midweek Oasis virtual service this Wednesday, June 3rd, 6:30 to 7:30 for a discussion of our daily readers. Visit oaklandcsl.org service page for the Zoom link. It truly is meant to be a spiritual oasis in the middle of the week. Growing up, I had Father Dan back at St. Augustine's who used to tell us that if you're only getting your spiritual meals on Sundays, you're living on a starvation diet. So join us on Wednesdays. On June 19th, 20th, and 21st, we will have an abundant rummage sale. Donations are now being Yes! Donations are now being accepted on June 15th, 16th, or 17th between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Please no donations past the 17th and no old TVs. Loaned clothing racks that will be returned will be greatly appreciated and are much needed. We need volunteers before, during, and after the event. Contact project lead team Tricia Gregoire or our volunteer coordinators Nancy Hester or Robert Leeds. Please. We welcome the Piedmont Play School, or PPS, children, parents, teachers, and staff this summer as new tenants of our OCSL for their well-established preschool and play school day program. More details to come. Creativity and abundance is upon us in a myriad of ways. Let's keep the high consciousness and flowing and growing. Yeah. We are still seeking 1 to 3 people to hire for the part-time contract facilities use coordinator position to be in a pool of coordinators with oversight of specific scheduled events held here at OCSL. Candidates need to have flexible schedules, some event coordination experience, customer-focused and friendly, great communication skills, problem-solving, adaptability, attention to detail, creativity would all be welcome attributes. If this sounds interesting to you, please contact Reverend Sunshine or Susan Brecker as soon as possible. Our nonprofit partner for May and June is the East Oakland Collective, focused on increasing civic engagement and empowerment, homelessness services and job solutions, food distribution and supply, and wellness recovery. Visit eastoaklandcollective.org. We also have a barrel available in the lobby of the social hall to collect urgently requested supplies. The list of supplies is on the front of the barrel. All donated items should be new or gently used where appropriate, clean and in usable condition. Your generosity through supplies, financial support, or sharing this information makes a meaningful difference. Visit the Spirit Treasure store and explore our pagan roots. Musical instruments and books and statues celebrating our pagan roots and ancestors are on sale this month, so today's the last one. Be sure to check our weekly newsletter and visit Oakland CSL for more information about our special, vibrant, and growing community. Visit csl.org to see what is happening in our Centers for Spiritual Living global organization. Let's read together our vision and mission statement. Please stand if you are willing and able. Sorry. We're having technical difficulties, so we will not be able to read along. However, I will read it for you, and then you can say it. Yeah, you guys have got it. I feel like we've got this. All right, we'll see what happens. One statement at a time is Reverend Sunshine's instruction, so that's what I'm going to do. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community. Dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. Look what we did!
We may have to intentionally do that sometimes. Y'all were having too much fun with that, right? Well, good morning to you and welcome, Grand Rising. I am Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman, the proud spiritual director of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And I'm on a little sooner than usual. Some of you who always come may know, because we've reordered to accommodate our beautiful musicians and speakers. So that's okay with you, right? Okay, roll with us. And so I neglected to say my pronouns, and we do that intentionally, so let me do that. I use she and they pronouns, and I welcome you to this beautiful, glorious day. I do like to call us to a community breath, and I'd be remiss if I didn't do that as the host. So if you will just allow your mind to get into the sacred space of the reason that we are here, exhale your breath right where you are. We're going to take 3 collective breaths, one at a time, breathing easily, smoothly, gently. When you get to the top, let it out with a sigh. You 2 live streamers, let's do it again. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Once more for good measure, breathing in a deeper breath and a deeper exhale. And now simply allow that beautiful gift of life that Mother Gaia gives to us. There's nothing that we need to do, but simply allow it to bless us, the gift of life. And as we inhale, then we get to give it back and bless life itself. And together we can do that and hold this sacred moment as we co-create it together. And so today I would like for us to take a quiet pause and a quiet moment of silence to wrap our arms and our hearts around a world that needs so much love. We've been having a Bless Our Hearts campaign filled with love, and so let us breathe into the heart of love as we take a moment of silence together. We bless the heart of Mother Gaia and give thanks that we can do this collectively as one. Blessed be. Thank you. Now is a moment that we get to mingle. We get to greet everyone. And I say get to. I saw our beloved Miss Grady is in the house too today. I saw her yesterday. Welcome back, Miss Grady. We get the opportunity to bless each other with the love that we just breathed into. So if you are willing to mingle around and to look some folks in the eyes and just send them and beam them love and let them send and beam you love back. And for those of you who have mobility issues, hold your seats. The rest of you, be sure and greet those people who are holding those seats. Please do. And live streamers, I want you to beam the love to the room. Thank you so much. If you would take your seats, I think people like that part. I see one of our youth in here, and hopefully there's more youth in here as our youth and family take a well-deserved break today. Well, yesterday we had a fabulous day with Rev Z and Dr. Melissa with the Enneagram workshop. Oh, see, they're clapping already. I didn't even have to ask how many were there, you see. The word spreads. And by the way, I was here working. I planned on being in the audience in the workshop, and I just, my time is short to leave of absence, so I was holed up in my office, and I had lunch out in the courtyard with some of the folks who were out there having lunch. And I tell you what, I didn't get to tell you this yesterday. The people, it was like 6 or 7 people gathered around the lunch table. They were talking, oh, I'm in my 1 and I'm my 5 and it complements my 8 and they did it the whole time. So clearly some folks had a good time. How many of you were there? Yeah, we had several. We had almost 20 in the house. Thank you so much. Y'all did what I asked you. You doubled it. All I have to do is ask, and y'all fulfilled, so I love it. Thank you so much to Melissa and Z for that lovely time. I want to clarify one of the announcements that was mentioned about the rummage sale. The time starts now where you can start bringing your things. I know y'all have been chomping at the bit trying to bring your stuff here, right? So the time is now until the sale where you can bring your things, and Trisha will be in the social hall. That's Trisha standing with the hat there, okay? She's the lead, and she will receive your goods, and she's gonna have a process for y'all to bring your goods up, so thanks for participating in that. We've had, I mentioned it at the top of the time that I was here, we have a Bless Our Hearts campaign that Spirit gave me. And we've been blessing my heart as I go out on medical leave tomorrow. My surgery's tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So, dark 30, we have to be there at 5 a.m. So thank you for all of your prayers that you've already offered, for telling me you bless my heart, and for, continuing the prayers. But here's the catch. Here's why I extended it to you, and I want you to hold up your end of the bargain, because many of you agreed to this, right? That as you bless my heart, you bless your own heart. And you bless the heart of your family and of your community and of this country, because this country needs us to bless our hearts. And so does Mother Earth. So we're extending this prayer. That's why I'm calling it a chain link prayer, because you know how it is. When you pray, it magnifies. When 2 or more are gathered, there in the midst is the Christ consciousness, and it's some power when you're praying together. So imagine what we are affecting as we pray this prayer together. So thank you so much for doing that. That's the catch. Y'all gonna cooperate and do what I asked? Yeah. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. And Rev Jerry I've nominated her. Rev Deb is gonna let her know how I'm doing so that she can let y'all know, so that you can keep track of my progress as well. So we have been studying 2 daily readers. We're studying forgiveness and self-love every day this year. And we have a snippet from today's readings. And do we have the slides? Just answer me yes or no. You don't have to wait. I'm looking at my crew back there. Is that a yes or a no? Do you have the slide? No. You don't. That's okay. Because we can do what I asked John to do, right? Y'all can repeat after me. Are you willing to do that? Okay. So the first one on 365 forgiveness, repeat after me. Change can be threatening and change for the better can sometimes be even more threatening. I remind myself today that I do not have to grow perfectly. I have faith that my tough times will come to an end. Soak that in. Let's go to self-love. You ready? Okay. No one can avoid making mistakes. This is a natural part of being human. Rather than the mistake defining us. Let the comeback define us instead. Let the way we got back up, when we fell down, be what defines us. It's in the getting back up that beauty is born. And so it is. Now I want you to act like you believe everything you just claimed. When you forget, remind yourself and just be still, because it's in the vibration that we proclaimed. No, I'm not giving the talk today, so I'm I'm just getting you warmed. I'm the warm-up act. And now I can formally introduce our musicians and speakers whom you've already met, who actually need no introduction, but some of you may not know them. And so I'm going to take that time to do that. Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillipe and Reverend Z.Egloff are longtime students and teachers of consciousness and transformation. They are both ordained ministers with Centers for Spiritual Living, holding master's degrees in consciousness studies. And in fact, we were in ministerial school together. And so we got into some good trouble while we were there. And we are now interacting in our ministries. That is so cool. Z also holds a master's in spiritual psychology, and Melissa has an honorary doctorate for her contributions to the field of New Thought music. Melissa and Z are the founders of Oh My God Life, an online and traveling ministry. At their virtual home, ohmygodlife.com, I'll say it again, and it's all put together, ohmygodlife.com. Y'all go look them up. They offer videos, music, books, classes, and more. And they have a mall store over there that I want y'all to frequent after service. They'll tell you more about it. They also speak, they perform, they facilitate workshops and retreats worldwide. And so what we're going to do here, I wanted to formally introduce them. You know, I like to love up on our people, all of y'all. And so I'm going to have the pulpit assistant now come back up, or come up. She hasn't been up here yet. And she's going to do her regular thing that pulpit assistants do, is to do the readings and to lead us in a prayer, an evocation. And then the next voices you will hear will be Melissa and Z. So while I'm up here, though, I get to say, let's welcome Rev Melissa and Dr. Z in the house. And I'm also going to welcome up our practitioner emerita, Regina Buckwalter. Welcome her.
That's a lot so far, and we've just begun. The theme of the month is Divine Doubt. Theme of the week, doubt as devotion to divine doubt. Who you gonna call? So the first reading is by Joan Chittister. So you can sit in your chair, your comfy little cushy chair, and close your eyes if you choose to, and drop deep inside, or you can just sit there with your eyes open. Wherever you need to be is absolutely perfect. Growth in old age requires the curiosity of a 5-year-old and the confidence of a teenager. There is nothing we can't do if we want to do it. The second reading is by Rumi. We've been walking in the surf, holding our robes up, when we should be naked, diving under, deeper under. So just take a couple of minutes here and take a deep dive. Breathe into your belly. Mother Gaia, the presence of Mother Gaia, the presence of security, calm, nourishment, goodness, as we know that we are absolutely one with the rooted presence of divine love, the mother, the embrace, the comfort, that cozy feeling, that warmth. Spirit is presence in the belly, in the roots. We take a stand for what we believe in, who we are, and we know the presence of love is our medicine. As that medicine courses through every single cell of our body, we just tune in and breathe and feel, and we are there in love and healing and in the medicine of infinite love. We are one with that presence. We are rooted there. We know that is who we are. That is the truth of who we are. And we live with that calm, peaceful nourishment of the Divine Mother. We know that we are one with abundance of love, abundance of vitality, abundance of connection and community and delight and awe of the child within. We are one with that heart presence. I know that I am absolutely one with the presence of love of that medicine courses through me as every single person in this community unites there in unity consciousness, as that is the truth of who we are. We know it, we feel it, we breathe it, we root it, and we move it out into the community. And I bless the service in this process. I bless Reverend Sunshine Michelle as she embarks on a transformational journey of love, serving our community with what she brings forward, as she is in a deep dive of wisdom. And we honor this process, and we just love her up, as there is only one heart here, and that is the heart of God, the divine presence of love, and that is who we are. I bless this service. I bless Reverend Z. I bless Reverend Melissa, who have come here to inspire us in this process of love and connection, transformation of our community and transformation of the world right now. I bless those that have come forward to serve the community for this amazing time. And I just release my word into the law. I'm so darn grateful knowing these truths. The truth of who I am, the truth of our connection with the divine that courses through us. As we open up to the field of infinite possibilities, we say yes. Yes to love. Yes to the innocence of the child and the curiosity of that rambunctious teenager that is restless within each of us and want more and more and more. And we open to that as that is a possibility. I say yes, I release my word, I let go, I let God. And so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Thank you for that beautiful prayer. Hi, everyone. I am Z. I will say my pronouns are they, them, or this is really mostly what my pronoun is. They. I'm so sorry. That's mostly what it is. So that's what I say. Just try. That's good. Okay. We have a song, our first song has a spoken word chorus, and I would love for you to join me. It's 2 lines. I think we did have a slide, but we might not, but it's easy. So it's, I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. Say that with me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. Second line, I feel your peace and your presence in me. Say together. I feel your peace and your presence in me. That's it. Now, I always like to say, because some people, including me, don't always love the G word, right? Because when I was a kid and I heard the word God, it had a very specific connotation. It was a white, cisgender male, vintage cloud dweller who repeatedly failed his mandatory anger management class. Right? God. Yeah. So when we say and claim in this, my God, we mean something very different than that. We mean infinite intelligence, infinite love that dwells here and everywhere. My God. Okay. Y'all ready? Okay. It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. God was unreliable, a crazy man, righteous, someone I should love and fear. What kind of sense is that? It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. When I stumbled upon your power, I lost what I was taught. The crazy and the righteous enfolded in a love so vast it stretched the very definition of the word. Love. Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. Again, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. Outside of me, and yet you are. It makes no sense, but then it does, for you are here wherever here may be. I speak to you, you speak to me. The voice is mine and not mine, landing in the space between where you and I vanish and begin stretching the very definition of the word. Me. Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence as me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power. Okay, we're done. We're good. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. Except when I don't. Right? We know that y'all are talking this month about divine doubt, and that's really good because Melissa and I are kind of experts on divine doubt. And when I say divine doubt, just to clarify, I mean doubting the divine. Like, we're really good at it. And we have found a remedy for us. I think the best remedy for us for divine doubt is building and deepening an I-thou relationship, right? A relationship with Spirit. When I was a kid, and the only thing I heard about was God, right? That anger management class failing dude. And I was supposed to build a relationship with that guy. And it was never very appealing to me. So how do we as modern metaphysicians who know that Spirit is here and there and everywhere, how do we have a relationship with Spirit? What does that look like? And what happens when we do? That's what we want to talk about today. Does that sound good? Yeah? Okay, cool. Melissa is gonna get us started. Melissa?
Thank you, Z.
You're welcome.
When I was growing up, We went to church every single Sunday. Boy, I really want to stand right on this thing, don't I? That is right where my spot wants to be. Okay. Every single Sunday, we would have to dress up and go to church, which at first, I knew no better. But this church had only one God, the God that was outside of me, that was that God that Z talked about, right? Okay, so 6th grade, my parents decided that they wanted to send me to a private school, and they decided to send me to that school that was at that same church. So then I started going to church 6 days a week, skipping Saturday. Every Monday through Friday, we went in, we sat in this big cathedral church, not a cathedral because it wasn't Catholic, and listened to a message. Now, the thing is, at that age of 7th and 8th grade, you start to think about, what do I think and what are they saying? Do I think that too? You start to have your own kind of mind, you're individuating and all that. And I kept hearing about this version of God that was all loving, all powerful. I felt I should feel good about this because I'm in good with God, because here I am in church 6 days a week. And yet this God is going to send my best friend, Donna Abrahams, to hell because she doesn't believe in Jesus, because she's Jewish. Yeah, so, that didn't work for me. It didn't make sense. And it seemed random, and I was confused. And back then, when I had any feeling other than joy, any other feelings just turned into anger and rage for me, hormones. I will never really know how much of that contributed to me becoming a drug addict at the age of 13. Yeah, it was good. And at that point, I turned away from spirit altogether because I didn't want anything to do with that God, right? Now, the good news is that 36 years and 2 months ago, I got clean and sober. Deal with this. Sorry. I just have to fix this. It's caught. And I just sang about surrender, so there we go. I got it. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Pay no attention to that gentleman savior on the stage. Okay, that's better. 36 years and 2 months, it's really a lot better now. Life is good. And soon after I got clean and sober, I found Centers for Spiritual Living and started hearing about, New Thought, God as everything. And this God, since it's everything, must be here too. If it's everywhere, and I'm here, and it's here too. So I really liked that. And I also liked that at the time I wasn't hearing about you, God as you, this, because it was too close to that version of God. So that worked for me. Now, since then, Z and I have learned about the work of Ken Wilber, an American philosopher. He talks about the 3 faces of the divine, the 3 faces of God. There is one, God as all, God as we, right? All that is. God as I is 2. God as I. Because if it's everywhere, it's here, right? And then the 3rd face of the divine is God as you. Because if it's everywhere, including here, it's also outside of me. Right? All the power's here, but not all the power. Yeah. So with this version of the you version of God, the 3rd face, I can have a conversation because it's a you, right? The paradox of metaphysics, of course, is that when we're having a conversation with spirit speaking you, we are aware that this is not only outside of us, it's also here. So it's sort of this both and thing that's all by itself is a trippy good thing. But what I found for me is that as I've dived more into this 3 faces of the divine in my own spiritual practices, that I feel like I have a 3-dimensional relationship with spirit. It's really enriched it. So this happened 17 years ago. Z and I were in ministerial school together, and we took a class in which we did a guided meditation. In the guided meditation, they had us go to a place to set it up so it was very smushy and safe and comfortable, and then spend time with spirit, that whatever, however you think of that, and spend time there with that. And then after a while, ask it, spirit, what is the name that my personal name for you, what you would have me call you? And I heard like a booming, loud answer, the all. The all. And I started weeping. I mean, like, ugly cry. And so the next morning, because I pray when I walk, and then the next morning I was taking my walk, and I started my prayer differently that day because of that experience. Instead of, there's only one power, this power is right here, I started with, good morning, the all. And wow, I felt this amazing energy move through my body when I did that. It was like a very powerful, powerful thing. Changed me forever. I'll never go back to the other kind of prayer. So the thing is that with this, there's this I-thou relationship with God. I, thou. And I can communicate, and I can have conversation. So after a while of this, I was walking one day, and I said, it's kind of cumbersome to every time I want to talk about spirit say the all, because it's kind of a lot. So good morning, the all. I turned my life to the all. It just started to feel like a lot. So one morning I said, I don't want to be blasphemous. I know you told me to call you the all and everything, but I'm just wondering if I could shorten it and just use the first two letters and say ta. And I heard again, I heard like this voice that said, I do not care what you call me. So I started praying to ta. The thing about intimacy is that often is the case, right? You get to know someone better and better, and then over time, you often come to a name that you call them that's like your name for them. This morning, Reverend Sunshine referred to me, and somebody in the room said, wait, who are you talking about? Melly. We have known each other a long time, and I call Z baby. Z calls me baby. People tease us because we just baby. Baby, ooh, baby. So this is the thing, when you break down that kind of process or the arc of that, we have communication with someone. We get to know them. We talk and we listen. And we go deeper when we talk and we listen, right? Spending time together, getting to know each other. And then we get this nickname for them. So Z and I have these 3 hacks for you for this morning, these little shortcuts to get to this intimacy. So first of all, with anything, when we start in these rooms, we start with intention. You say, oh, okay, I think I'll do this. That's my intention. Very powerful. I'm going to do this. And then step 2 is to spend some time with spirit. And after a while, ask it if it has a specific name that is your name for it. Because almost certainly there is one. And if you ask and listen, you'll hear something at some point. And when you find your nickname, you can do prayer, including prayer of asking for a deeper walk with that. A deeper walk with that. The thing is, we pray at Centers for Spiritual Living. We love to pray. We pray for things. We pray for all kinds of things, right? But this prayer for a deeper walk with Spirit, it covers everything. It covers everything. Everything else with a deeper walk is going to get better, because you're going to be better at listening to the guidance that is always here for you. And as you listen to that guidance, you'll make choices that take you to your highest good in each moment and each time. It is the all-encompassing prayer, the deeper walk. It's also scary. Scary. Someone talked about scary this morning. It was you, right? Sunshine Red? Yeah, it can be scary. But there's nothing better than that closer walk. So that's our invitation to you. And to talk more about this relationship and the goodies that can come from it, I give you Reverend Baby.
Oh, okay. That's good. That means I'm not in trouble. Yeah. At least not yet. Okay. I love the I Thou relationship. Like Melissa said, we've been cultivating it for a long time. And my favorite thing about the I Thou relationship is getting downloads, right? Downloads from Spirit. When Melissa and I were about to graduate from ministerial school, I got this one particular download from Spirit that really changed a lot of things for me. And in order for the download to make sense, I first have to tell you a story about a cat. You want to hear it? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so this was over 20 years ago. I was getting out of a relationship, hard, difficult breakup, and she got the cat. I decided, well, what I need to help me get through this difficult time is I need a cat. I want a new cat, right? Every other cat I'd ever had in my life was a God thing, right? Showed up at my step, or someone said, you want a cat, right? So I was like, okay, God, I'm ready, send me the cat. Wasn't happening, right? So talk about divine doubt, right? I'm like, I need my cat now. I go up to an animal shelter nearby, and I said, hey, you got any cats? They take me to a room with about 30 cats in it, in one room, all of whom were ignoring each other, because cats, right? I go and I look around and I find this adorable little tortoiseshell cat, so I pick her up and I'm petting her. I'm like, oh, wow. And they said, well, yeah, no, she's taken. You can't have her. Here's another cat who looks just like that. Try that. So I go to this other little kitty tortoiseshell and I pick her up and I pet her for about 30 seconds, and then she bites me, like hard. Yeah, so I put her down and I said, I'll take her. I wanted my cat now. All right, I would say, oh, and then I just took her home, but oh no, it was not easy. This place, I had some serious hoops to jump through. So first of all, I had to give them the name of 2 references for them to call and actually speak to make sure that I was a proper cat owner, right? Actually, they say dogs have owners, cats have staff. So proper cat staff, right? So that was first hoop, but the second one was I had to sign a bunch of forms saying, I will never return this cat to you, and I will never give this cat away to anyone else ever, because they haven't been properly vetted, right, as cat staff, yeah. So this was crazy. I had never had to do all this just to get a cat, right? But I wanted my cat, and I wanted my cat now. So sign the forms, bring the cat home, name the cat Lucy. 2 days later, someone calls and goes, I found the perfect cat for you. I was like, no. And at this point, I'm really curious. I had to go look, right? So I go to this pet store. There's this little orange male, my favorite kind of cat. They can be kind of stupid, but they're awesome. So I see this little kitty, and he's so sweet. There are no hoops to jump through. He doesn't bite me after 30 seconds really hard, right? And I was not gonna get 2 cats, but I had to take this guy home, right? I had to do it. So I take him home, I name him Max, and now there's just one problem. Lucy and Max hate each other. Actually, it's mostly Lucy hated Max. I'm in a really small space. It was driving me crazy. I'm taking him to a vet, and the vet said, actually tortoiseshells, Lucy is a tortoiseshell, they often make better only children. They just do better, kind of high-strung, all that, right? But she had to be an only child with me, because I'd signed my name in blood that I was never gonna be parted from this cat ever, right? So it broke my heart, but I had to give Max to a friend of mine. I mean, I literally cried. It was so hard. So now, it's just me and Lucy, and it was good. She had a tendency to bite, like out of the blue. You never knew. Most cats have like a tell. No, not Lucy. Lucy was a tough cookie. A friend of mine used to say, Lucy looks like she's done time. Like, Lucy has seen things that she can't unsee, and she's never going to be the same, right? So she had to bite me from every now and then, just, So it was tough, but we made it work. Fast forward, 12 years later, Melissa has joined the family. Melissa and I are about to graduate from ministerial school, and I get a download from the divine when I'm meditating. And now it'll make more sense, so check it out. I get this download, and it says, all right, you two are about to graduate from ministerial school. You have a choice of how you're going to approach this. You can do it one of two ways. The first way is the basically divine doubt kind of way, like you did with Lucy, making it happen on your time, right? So if you do that with your ministry, trying to make it happen on your plan, it's going to be, pretty good in a lot of ways, like with Lucy, but also it's going to bite from time to time, right? Or you and Melissa can approach your ministry like you did every other cat you ever got, letting it happen on Spirit's time. And then it's going to go a lot better. Now, when I got this download, I had never put that together before then, that every other cat I'd gotten besides Lucy was so much easier and went so much better, and the Lucy one where I forced it was a harder thing, right? Never even put that together. That was the first thing. The second thing was, a few months after this download, Lucy died. Suddenly, unexpectedly, we're upstairs, we hear noise downstairs, we come down, she's having a seizure, 30 seconds later, she's gone. And we found out that it was a heart condition. There's nothing we could have done, even if we'd known. So here we are, Melissa and I were about to start our ministry, and we've been given very specific instructions about how we can proceed. Did we listen? Well, so divine doubt, we were freaked out, especially about money. Like, how are we going to do this thing, especially the going out in the world thing? How are we going to make money? How's this going to happen? So we made some calls, and by we, I mean Melissa. She had been a New Thought singer-songwriter. She had all these contacts. She actually likes the phone. Plus, she's super perky. So here's how it went. Hello, this is Melissa Phillipe calling. Hi. Yes, I'm a minister now. Yay, isn't that fun? Yeah, I'm a minister. Yeah, I'm doing ministry with my wife band, Z. Yeah, I call Z my wife band because they're gender rich. Whole lot of gender going on. Yeah. So I called my wife band. Yes, I did have a husband last time we talked. Yeah. I know, it surprised me too. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to let you know, Z and I are going around and we're doing our thing, and we're giving talks, but musically we're doing something a little different. I still sing, but Z has joined me, and Z does spoken word. Hello? Hello? Yeah, so it did not work. When we tried to tell people, this is who we are, this is what we do, have us come, it didn't work. So finally, after about a year of trying this and forcing it, even though Spirit told us not to, we said, you know what, we're ministers, like maybe we should surrender to Spirit, like 100%. Like there's a pretty big difference between 99% surrender and 100%, right? When you're just holding out a little. So we're like, okay, Spirit, all right. We're gonna listen. We're gonna do what you said. And it wasn't all at once. It was like gradually we started getting calls from people who had heard of us or people who had seen us and inviting us to their centers, right? And also we got invited to do things that we had already decided, we're not gonna do workshops, we're not gonna do retreats, but we got invited to do them and we're like 100% surrender, okay. All right, we do them and we're like, oh, we actually really like this. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. And so, and meanwhile, we're listening to Spirit, we're getting guidance, we're writing books, we're making music, we're doing all these things, and then we're going out where we're invited, and we would be at our product table, and we were putting stuff out online, and we would be at our product table, and people would come and say, gosh, your whole business plan, like your marketing strategy is just like on point, like it's so great. And we'd be like, I guess, like Spirit is so much smarter than we are, right? We were just following and watching it all come together in a way that we did not plan. The other thing that happened as we're doing this when we got to 100% surrender was there's that metaphor for faith where it's like you're driving along a dark road, and faith are like those headlights that allow you to see like 5 feet in front, right? It just allows you to keep going even though you can't see the full road ahead, right? But we had times in all this process where we couldn't even see those 5 feet. Like it was so foggy. We just had to take our sticky little fingers off the wheel and let Spirit drive. And I know you know this. That's scary. That is scary. And because of that faith, because of that 100% surrender, we built that much of a deeper relationship with Spirit because of that, right? So at the same time, all this surrender is going on. I was back in Ohio visiting my folks. Melissa goes out shopping and runs into a friend of ours who says, hey, I have a cat living under my house that I can't adopt. By any chance, would you want to take in a cat? And Melissa said, well, actually, we love cats, but we don't have one. Long story. Melissa calls me in Ohio. She goes, I think maybe we found a cat. And she shows me the picture that they sent, and I said, yeah, I think that's our cat. And then that night, I get a download from Spirit, and Spirit says, that cat's name is Max. And I said, you don't understand infinite intelligence. I already had a cat named Max. Maybe you forgot? Like, I'm not going to have another cat named Max. No. The next morning, Melissa calls me, and she says, well, this is going to sound crazy, but I keep getting that cat's name is Max. So Max came home to live with us. And not surprisingly, he is the most amazing cat that either one of us has ever had. When I was putting this talk together, I realized for the first time why his name is Max. So the first Max was like the surrendered version, right? Lucy was the force it, make it happen. Max was the surrendered, just came, right? But I couldn't do that because I had committed to divine doubt. I had committed to forcing it, right? I had signed up for divine doubt, right? We had to do it. I had to let Max go. But it's never too late to surrender to Spirit. It's never too late to surrender to Spirit. So I got another Max, right? Spirit's like, here you go. Now, normally we have a slide of him, but I believe we do not have that slide today. So I'm going to describe him. He's the cutest cat you've ever seen. We call him our, oh, there he is. We got him. There he is. Oh, wow. That's a miracle. We call him our rubber-nosed prince because we love him so much. So he's a constant reminder for us of the power of surrender, a constant reminder of the power of releasing divine doubt and trusting the divine, right? So whenever we start to argue with Spirit about how we know better than Spirit, how to do things, whenever we get scared, whenever we don't want to take our sticky little fingers off the wheel, we just look at those eyes and it reminds us that surrender is not weakness. Surrender is empowered. Because when we're surrendering, we are aligning ourselves with the divine. When we set our intention to build that deeper relationship with Spirit, when we ask Spirit, what would you have me call you? When we pray specifically for a deeper relationship with Spirit, our life just gets better and better and better in ways we never could have imagined. And it doesn't bite. So please repeat after me. Spirit is so much smarter than I am.
Spirit is so much smarter than I am.
And it is never too late to surrender to Spirit. And so it is. Let us pray. I invite the ministers and practitioners up. we're going to do things a little differently today because we have a lot of ministers on the stage. So we're going to do a little group prayer with our beloved colleague and friend and old classmate, Reverend Sunshine Michelle. And because Melissa can sing, she's going to sing her part.
There is only one power, one presence, the source and the substance of all. Behind and through all seen and unseen, this infinite love is what breathes me. It is the breath. This love is what blesses each moment in time. It is here in this moment called now, showing me how to live my life in peace. Thank you, Spirit, for this day. Here and now.
Sweet Spirit, you are all that is. Life, love, divine grace, wisdom, beauty. You are here in this room, right here, right now, in me and in each and every one of us. And I am grateful how you are doing your thing right now in this service, in this prayer. I'm grateful that each one of us here and those watching online are anchoring our awareness of you, are deepening our commitment to build that relationship with you, knowing our name for you, praying for that depth, and surrendering like 100%, surrendering to that relationship. I'm grateful to be here, and I am grateful for our beloved Reverend Sunshine Michelle Coleman, knowing that her time, her heart, her body temple are surrounded, filled, blessed by you in each and every moment of this now. And it is always now, this love enfolding her, loving her, surrounding her, healing her, and healing all of us, this entire community and the world. And in gratitude for knowing this, I pass my word to my beloved Reverend Sunshine Michelle.
Word is received with dear honor and grace and reverence, and in the spirit of gratitude and of love. I am so grateful for this time that we are co-creating here together, this service at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. So we must be blessed, and we must bless as well. For we participate in the circulation of life, that law of reciprocity that gives and receives, and it gives and receives just like when we did our collective breath earlier together. And when we participate with Mother Gaia, to simply allow that breath to breathe us. We allow Spirit to know us, to be the knower within, knowing through us. Together we know the allness and that far-reaching, vast, more than we can even imagine, but we try. The grace of God, the joy of God, the love of God, the action of God, the justice of God, the freedom of God, that all-encompassing, all-expressing Spirit of love that is forever expanding. So we know together this morning, as I speak through my own voice on behalf of this community, blessing the prayer box that practitioner emerita Susan Brecker holds on the other side of the stage for me, knowing that every prayer that has gone in that box, that sacred place, or that will go, or that is on our hearts, represents a space that God's already in. We simply need to recognize it and allow Spirit to reveal its fullness, its health, its healing, its wholeness, its activity, whatever it is that needs to be revealed. I proclaim it is already done and done well. I bless us this day, and every prayer that is usually on this Ministry of Prayer list that our practitioners pray over. And I bless those who have graduated to the other side of life. We have several. Mother Carolyn Fletcher, our practitioner emerita Carmen West Jefferson's mother, stepped to the other side here a week ago. We bless her in that transition. We bless her family through their grief and through their loss. And blessing practitioner emerita Suzette Celeste Johnson at Heart and Soul Center of Light, who also lost her mother here recently. Blessing that mother energy as Regina prayed earlier, knowing that the Spirit of love is with them as they live an extended life on the other side now as ancestors. Blessing my stepbrother, Gregory Smith, who stepped over to the other side just 2 days ago. Blessing Gabe and their children, and Phillipe, my other brother, and my mother, Edna, and all who are grieving his loss. And blessing Reverend Grace Lovejoy in the Santa Cruz area, another elder who stepped to the other side, knowing that we are well cared for with the love of these beloveds in high consciousness who live life of God no matter what, and that they speak to us, and that they move with us, and that they love us, and join the other ancestors who do the same. And so now, beloveds, this is the time for you to lift your voice into this prayer, where I open the doors of this prayer for you to speak your name into, as well as those names that you are including here in this prayer. Speak their names now so that they can be touched and healed by this vortex of prayer love that we are carrying together today. Oh, what a joy and a blessing to hear the cacophony of prayer. Live streamers, whether you can hear it or not, I know you can feel the energetic of Spirit that is palpable. It is like a heartbeat in and of itself, and so we lift all these hearts as we bless our hearts in love and healing and transformation, knowing that all things are working together for the greatest and highest good. And we do so with gratitude and thanksgiving. And this is our way, through our gratitude, to take our hands off because we know God's hands are on it. Through the activity of divine law that does its poof voila magic, as I like to call it, and And let it rain down upon us as blessings upon blessings upon blessings. If anybody is in the house that has some gratitude on their heart, let me hear you say, I am grateful. Yes, and I know that it's done. And so I release this word. Continue to repeat it. I release this word into the activity of divine law. And let it be. And so it is. Blessed be, Ashe, Amen, whatever else you want to say to put your exclamation point on that prayer. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Spirit, for this
Good morning. Did we receive so many gifts today? I think you all have been giving to our giving baskets in a grand and glorious way, or through our pledge program, because we are receiving so many gifts, aren't we? Yes, yes. So I'd like to take a moment right now for all of us to do a little giving. I'm inviting the practitioners up to the platform, please, and ministers, please. We're not done yet. You know, you can never pray enough. So I'm asking us to circle, and Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle, I'm asking you to come forward. And I'm going to ask Reverend Deb to be in the circle as well. Yes. And we are going to do what we call a chamber prayer. So we are going to circle them a little, and we're going to let you all hold your hands up and say your prayerful words of grand and glorious activity for Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle, and for peace of mind for beloved Reverend Deb. So let us all come together. It's about time. So that was a beautiful gift of giving. That was an absolutely beautiful gift of giving. Thank you all for participating. So I'm Reverend Jerry, and of course this is our conscious giving time. So we're going to make this, yes, this is time of celebration, knowing that as we give, we truly do receive, and knowing that God is always so good all the time, no matter whether you call it God or Allah or George or Fred, it doesn't matter. God says yes, always. So I invite you to hold your gift to your heart. Oh, before we do that, let me tell you about ways to give. There's plenty of ways to give on our donate button on our website, and when you press the donate button, you'll have Zelle to give, and there's that donate button. Press it. And when you press it, it's okay. There's so many great, easy ways to give. But for now, I invite you to hold your gift to your heart. If you're a pledge giver or money in the envelope or just some money in the basket here to support our beautiful spiritual community. We have the giving affirmation. But if we don't, can I borrow somebody's program, please? Oh, here we go. Thank you. Our most important legacy will be the contributions we make to the lives of other human beings. And so it is. So when the music begins, I invite you to please dance up to the baskets. You're on.
We've got another song. You want to hear it? Okay. One of our favorite, maybe actually our favorite example of releasing divine doubt and following Spirit 100% is the story of Harriet Tubman. So we wrote a song about it, and it's called Walk by Faith. True story. When Harriet Tubman first escaped from slavery, she heard a voice that said, "I want you to help free others." Do you know what Harriet Tubman said to that voice? She said, "No." She said, "Not me." She said, "I can't. I can't." But the voice wouldn't let up. It wouldn't let her be. "I want you to help free others. I want you to help free others." Finally, Harriet Tubman, the woman who would be known as Moses, said yes. Yes. Walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night, step by step. She followed a voice. She couldn't turn it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You gotta walk by faith.
True story. Harriet Tubman, with the help of the Union Army, once freed 750 enslaved people in one day. Can you imagine 750 people? Moses brought them home. The voice of Spirit doesn't mess around. When you listen to that voice, you are never the same. When you listen to that voice, you are free. And it doesn't stop there. You take others with you. The 750 are still alive today. They're your sisters and your brothers in struggle and in pain. They're your doubts and your fears when you say, "I can't," but you can. and you will. When you walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night. Step by step, she followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Listening every step of the way. Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guiding light. No matter where your journey started from, there is a voice calling you, taking you home. You've gotta
Walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night. Step by step, she followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guide.
It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
Thank you so much.
Greetings, beloved. So on last week, I had mentioned about the Bless Your Heart cards for my beloved Reverend Sunshine Michelle. So many of you have dropped in so many cards and notes and everything in the bag outside. I wanted to offer this again today before the service, before her surgery tomorrow. So on the table out front, you will find a card and an envelope. On these cards, please place your prayers, your love, your blessings on this card, and then place it in the envelope, and then drop it in the bag. This way, she will be able to, while she's in her recovery, to be able to pull an envelope or two and read those or hold those. Maybe even take one of them before she goes into surgery tomorrow, to be able to have that prayer, your words, this community right there with her. So I just want to thank you all for those that have delivered these, those that will continue, and those that will continue to hold her in prayer during this recovery time. Thank you so much.
Wow. So much nourishment. Reverend Sunshine, your process is so nourishing for this community. I feel so moved by this service. My heart is filled up and overflowing now. The card suggestion is such a gift for me to you. And the two of you are, I don't have words right now to express the infusion of love in this service. I am breathless. That last, everything you did was so moving to me. And this service is so huge today. And I feel so honored to be the PA this day. as we launch into a sacred journey for our community for the next 2 months and beyond and beyond and beyond. Thank you. So, all of that being said, I want to thank everybody who showed up today, the live streamers. This was an amazing service. I hope people out there listen to it, for your music is so transformational. I don't have words. So, now the script part. We love to pray, practitioners love to pray, and there's many ways we do this. There is a prayer in the back, our little room that we do. Practitioners will be there. There were a lot of practitioners here today, so there will be a lot of practitioners praying for you. Okay, that's their assignment. If you show up, you pray. Okay, just a little reminder, folks, that's what you do here. Feel like Mother Superior, don't mean to be doing that. You can also write a prayer request in the back and pop it in the box. We have cards in the community center, and we love to pray, and we will pray for you in a larger context, like a coaching, spiritual advising session, and there may be a fee for that, okay? And it is amazing. Prayer works. I just put 2 prayers in there today, one for my son and one for my husband. Okay, TMI. We got to move this forward. So I thank everybody that has showed up here, the IT staff, the everybody. I can't even begin to mention everybody that showed up. It takes a village to create an incredible service and community here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. So anyhow, now it's time to do I think I handled it all.
Oh, yeah, we wanted to say.
Oh, yeah, so they just asked us to say, well, first of all, I just want to say it's such a blessing to be back here. It's been a long time, and so wonderful to be here with our beloved Reverend Sunshine Michelle on her last day before a healing break. As we mentioned, so we are an online and traveling ministry because Spirit told us to do that. And we do have our little Oh My God Life mini mall over there in the food. It's like the mall is in the food court, I guess, instead of the food court in the mall. Yeah, so that's where it is. And we have all kinds of fun, cool stuff there, music and T-shirts and books and all that, oh my. But the most important thing
We do, okay, this is what I like to say. If you enjoyed us this morning, we have a mailing list for you. If you didn't like us, don't sign up on our mailing list. It's okay if you don't like us.
Yeah.
But if you liked us, we create 2 new videos every month and put them out for free. So if you are interested in being on our mailing list, you can get our 2 free videos every month, different kinds, music, but also affirmations and prayers and like that, little messages. And then also we each have a blog that goes out. So you get something every Tuesday. And the most fun thing, because I'm a 7, for those of you who were there yesterday, birthdays. It's all about the birthday. So if you give us your birthday in the process of signing up on our mailing list, every year we write a new birthday song. Aww. And then we make an entire video of that birthday song and send it to you on the morning of your birthday.
Actually, like midnight. So the night owls, midnight.
You get...
Yeah.
So we would love to have you as one of our friends on our mailing list if you enjoyed our time here. And we will be at our table.
Yeah. So thank you again for having us. It was a true blessing. So thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so now it's affirmation time. Ta-da! Okay. Oh, great. Love is the foundation of my questions and curiosities. As I lean into inquiry, I open wider to a more vast perspective, truth and love. So it is. Yay, yay. Thank you for coming today and celebrating.
We have one more song. We're good? Okay.
Song. You can stay standing if it's comfortable for you. And, oh, no, not yet. Hold on.
Hold on. Oh, thank you, Rain, by the way.
so honored.
Rain put up really well with us. We're kind of extra, so Rain was good with rolling with the extra.
Extra.
Yeah, okay.
So, what? Wow. Okay. So, we are going to invite you to do this. Every time I do this, you say the word yes.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
You're going to do it nice and strong?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
that
it.
was good.
Now we're ready.
And then there's a chorus that you'll sing that is yes, 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 I say yes. You'll
Yeah.
hear it. It's just
Okay,
so
you
easy.
ready? Are you ready?
Now we're ready.
Now we're ready.
If there we go.
Nope.
Wrong song.
Oh, that was the other one.
It's coming.
It's coming.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. I say
Yes.
to the greatest good you have for me.
Yes.
To this good, now let it bless me. All of my good that you wanna bring, I allow it and I say
Yes.
I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. I say yes. Yes. Yes, yes. I say
Yes.
to the greatest joy you have for me.
Yes.
To this joy and I let it bless me. All of my joy that you wanna bring, I allow it and I say
Yes.
I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
Here we go. So much good. So much good. Right on time. Right on time. I can take it. I can take it. 'Cause it's mine. 'Cause it's mine. Spirit's gonna give it. Spirit's gonna give it. And I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna get it. 'Cause I align with the divine. Yes, I align with the divine.
All of the good that you wanna bring, I allow it and I say
Yes.
I say yes.
Yes, 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 I say yes.
I say
Yes, 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 I say yes.
Keep it going, I say
Yes, 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 I say yes. 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 And so it is. Amen. Have a blessed day, blessed week. Love you all.
Have a good one.
So it is.